Hey everyone, before this episode starts, I wanted to give everyone a heads up because in this podcast episode, I will be talking about an experience where I unfortunately get drugged one night. However, I was very lucky and didn't suffer any serious consequences that night. I know talking about this kind of experience may be a sensitive subject for a lot of people out there, so just wanted to provide a warning before everyone delves into the podcast. With that being said, we can get started with the episode.
Rachel, was your camera recording at least? God freaking
I'm gonna put my
This
Zoom
is a
audio
mess.
in my ear.
Hey, first thing for everything.
My life is no, I'm censoring
life
myself.
is a
My life is a
dream.
mess.
Oh,
My life
okay.
is a mess right now. But you know what? You know what's happening right now? Negative.
still
Oh, you can
thriving.
definitely see my.
Do you want to do
earbud
life updates?
situation.
I feel like this is a good time to
Oh yeah.
expound
Well,
on my life is a mess.
Yeah, we.
I think we should.
We
We
can.
should do another check-in.
Oh, also
Yeah,
Liquid
we
IV
could do it.
from
Oh,
Andrew.
this is
yesterday.
brought to you by.
Oh, yesterday I made the best drink in the world. I just mixed liquid IV and vodka and water.
Oh
It
my
was
God.
so good. It was honestly, I poured like 3 shots into this drink and I had like maybe this much water and it tasted like just liquid IV. It was insane.
Wow. Not
It was
That's
sponsored.
what a Borg is. You made a Borg.
It was just
Jesse, you made a Borg.
What's a Borg?
What's that?
Are we too far out of college to
Oh my
understand
god, do you guys not know what
college
Borgs
slang?
are?
No idea what a Borg
No.
is.
Okay, a Borg is basically just vodka, water, liquid IV, and Mio sometimes.
Wow.
You don't even need the Mio.
Users
Yeah.
are getting smarter.
Dang, the U's are getting
I
their
think the
leveling
Mio
up.
is for like
Yeah.
no, because then you get like your hydration, you get your alcohol, you make sure that you're like
And it
also
tastes
hydrating. enough.
so good. It doesn't
People like
taste.
put it in gallon jugs and then they like bring it around.
Oh.
to work.
Wow.
So it's like half like Tito's, half water, or maybe sometimes
Jungle
it's like
juice has
75%
really changed since our
water,
generation,
25%
huh?
Tito's, and then
Kids are getting
like
so
one packet
smart.
of
They
liquid ID.
understand health.
Jungle,
We were-
dude,
Yeah,
we're
we
doing
were
things
we were
now.
abusing our
Anyways.
bodies
Sugary
with jungle
fruit
juice.
punch, multiple
No
alcohols. You
hydration,
got, like,
straight
gin,
sugar.
tequila, and vodka in there. Oh.
I mean, jungle juice still exists. Like people still make jungle juice, but like Borgs are very economical.
Efficient,
for a
or
lot
Is it economical? It's not even just economical.
it's
It
not
is
healthy, but yeah,
It's
yeah,
efficient and it's.
probably.
I mean, it's as healthy as a drink could get because you're like hydrating yourself
Wow.
simultaneously.
Brought to you by.
This podcast
put
is
some
brought to
vodka
you
in
by
this, just
Liquid
kidding.
IV. Recharge
what's it? I had
yourselves
to
or
read
whatever
an
their
ad read off.
tagline is. It's so dumb because like their marketing is brilliant and not science based at all. Literally,
Pretty much
Liquid
is,
IV
yeah.
is just powdered
Salt water
Gatorade,
and
which is
sugar.
literally just salt
Electrolytes and
water
sugar.
with some sugar in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
But
gonna
people are like Liquid IV. This is like getting an IV. It's not like
It's
getting an IV at all.
great
IV is obviously
Or
intravenous.
it was
but-
a great name. Like they really.
All right, let's
Audio.
attempt this. So I'm gonna count down 3, 2, 1, and then clap. So on clap, we clap.
Okay.
So 3, 2, 1, clap. All right, 3, 2, 1, clap, like that. All right, 3, 2, 1, clap. It's so far behind.
There's so much delay.
Wait, but does the delay
Oh, God.
offset itself? Because
have
my
no
audio's
idea.
come the. All right, we're just gonna work
We'll
with.
just
Oh wait,
see how it goes.
let's try it
Yeah,
again.
we're
Let's try
gonna-
2 claps.
So
It's
fun.
gonna be what it is.
All right.
So funny.
3, 2, 1, clap. It's so far
That's so funny.
Okay.
But that's true.
just
When I'm
gonna
in
hope
the
that
office
works.
and I'm on the Zoom call with somebody who's like sitting across the room from me, I can hear them talking in real life, and then 2 seconds later, I hear it coming through my headphones.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
there-
I
there's a
mean, it
noticeable
makes
delay.
sense.
Yeah.
They're sending this data up to the
Yeah.
moon and back, so it's gonna take some time.
Yeah, that makes sense.
To the moon? Do you know how satellites work?
Yeah, all
Yeah,
the satellites are on the moon.
All the satellites are on the moon.
Yeah, definitely.
What do you
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, that's how it works.
what
What do you mean?
Oh shoot, I should. Yeah, there we go.
All right, let's get this pod started. All right, good morning, boys and girls. Welcome to this episode of the Rooftop Pod. I'm your host, Jesse, and today I am joined by my virtual siblings. Oh, wait, I
Rachel?
can't say on my
Andrew.
left.
Oh,
Oh.
God.
Yeah, you didn't give us an
My
order,
virtual
Jesse. This is your
siblings.
fault. Rachel.
And, wow, this is...
Oh, there's
We're going to
so
see how
much
this
delay.
works. This is our first time doing a podcast over Zoom, so bear with us as we... Oh, I need to put myself on Do Not Disturb or else this is not going to work.
Oh, I should also do that.
Everyone put yourself on Do Not Disturb so you don't get distracted by messages and friends and
You're right.
people
you're right,
sliding
you're right.
into your
Oh,
DMs.
it did stop recording.
It did?
Oh, I just got. What? No, it didn't.
Okay.
But I'm gonna adjust the.
Anyways, what I was saying, this is our first time recording over Zoom. But we thought we'd do something special because we're long distance and we can't be together for every single podcast. And, this is strange because now I'm looking at the Zoom and I'm not looking into the camera. I think the vibes are still good this morning. Maybe not for Rachel or me as much, but we're going to try to keep the vibes good. So let's check in real quick because I am a little bit of a mess right now, but I think everyone else
Let's start
has
with
a
you.
little bit. Huh? Start with me?
Yeah,
Okay.
let's start with you. Yeah.
Oh, actually, I don't know if I should talk about this on the podcast, but I'm going to ask my friend, and if not, I'm going to cut it out.
Cut it out. Yeah.
But yeah, so last night, well, to no surprise to anyone, last night I went out. As I mentioned before, my going out experience was sponsored by Liquid IV. Not officially, but I did have Liquid IV with some mixed with some vodka, Tito's vodka, and I drank it and I was like, wow, this stuff tastes like just normal Liquid IV. Anyways, I go out. So I was going out to meet my good college buddy. I was going out and he's like, yeah, I'm like kind of on a double date right now with my roommate. I was like, oh, word, I can't wait to meet her. Like, super excited. And he's like, yeah, like he was kind of like, we'll see how that goes. And I was like, okay, like if you don't want me to meet her, that's fine too. So then I go to the club. I pull up with my other friend who's a resident. And we're like, yo, what's up? It's so good to see you. It's been so long because the three of us haven't hung out in a while. And we were all super excited to see each other. And then my friend Austin's like, yo, so where's the girl? Like, we're so excited to meet her. And he's like, that's him. And we're like, and he's like, what?
Yeah.
But I
Oh
wasn't
my
as
gosh.
surprised because I've known that he's been in the closet for the past 6 years. And he had no idea that I knew. Just because I had gay friends in college and in med school that have like come up to me being like, hey, is your friend gay? Because like I see him on the apps all the time. Like I'm trying to get on a date with him. I was like, at first I was like, in college I was like, no, he's not gay. He's dating girls all the time. Like, and he's never told me that he's gay.
Yeah.
But then like he opened up to one of our really good friends in college. And then she told me about it in college. And I was like kind of not surprised because like I'd already heard through the grapevine. But I thought it was all rumors. But she told me, and then she's like, yeah, he's for real, but he was raised in a really religious Catholic family. So like he had to suppress a lot of that. And he still does to this day. Like when he told me, he was like still, I don't even know if he was ready, but he kind of had to because he was on this date and we said that we were going to meet up. He was very hesitant about meeting up with us that night. But I was like, I am so happy for you. Like, you know that my love for you doesn't change no matter what. And I just wanted to
I'm
let
gonna
him know
start
that.
crying.
And so I almost cried because I was like, I have been waiting 6 years for him to like finally open up and tell me.
Yeah.
And he
No, I feel like
finally,
it's always a really special moment when your friends
really
come out to
was.
you
It
because
really
it's
was.
like that's a symbol of a lot of trust.
So sweet.
I told him like, just be yourself. Like, I'll love you no matter what. Like, you're literally one of my best friends. You're like going to be on my bachelor trip. You're gonna plan my bachelor trip because you're the craziest dude I know. And it was just honestly last night I was not expecting that. It turned out to be like one of my best nights going out ever, just because that happened.
Oh,
It was so nice.
So
Okay,
sweet.
well, you being slightly dead today, like that makes up for it. So
Yeah, honestly,
All
that night
excused.
makes up for it. I was just like, I have known for so long, and the fact that he like has finally felt comfortable enough to open up to me was very special for me. I've actually never had anyone come out to me before. Well, besides maybe a little bit, but everyone that I've met so far who's part of the LGBTQ community has already like been out. So like
I have
experiencing
been like
that,
openly out. Yeah.
yeah, experiencing that honestly was highlight of the year so far.
Oh my
it just
gosh.
felt weird
Wait,
because like
can I tell
know
the story?
he's been hiding it from me, so
You
which
specifically.
is understandable. I don't blame him for any of it.
Yeah. No.
All right, tell your story.
I feel like it's especially scary when it's like people that
boys.
you've known for a long. Because
Yeah.
and like you said in college, you were like, oh no, he's not gay because he's dating a bunch of women. It's like you have that preconceived notion of him, and so like it's probably scared of some of like the shock factor or whatever comes along with that.
He was
I was gonna
shocked
tell the
that I'd
story.
known. He was like, you knew this whole time? I was like, I've known for 6 years.
That's cute.
So funny.
But yeah, the way that one of my friends came out to me, so I used to work at like a local coffee shop in Mason or like our hometown, and she like ordered a drink from me. I made it for her, and then she came back to me and she was like, Rachel, there's something wrong with my drink. And I was like, what? Or I don't think she said that.
Okay.
She like gave me her drink back and I was like, oh, is there something wrong or something? And she was just like, just look at it. And I looked at the top of the cup and then like on the top she wrote like, I'm pansexual. And I was like, what the fuck?
That's so creative. What? No, she did
And
it
she
in
got, like,
latte
a-
art. She did it with latte art.
Oh
on
no. She used
No,
like
I'm
a
kidding. I
Sharpie
know she
because it
didn't
was like a
actually do
cold
that.
drink. Yeah.
But it would have been funny if she
But
did
that
it
was
in
so
latte
cute.
art.
Yeah. I think so too. She got like a colorful drink though, which matches the vibes, you know.
You know when it's really quiet and all you can hear is like your bodily functions?
The gulping, yeah.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear like sometimes when it's really quiet, like can you hear yourself blink? I feel like that throws me off every time.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have heard
yeah.
myself blink
Recording
before.
again.
All right, let's try this clapping thing
what?
again. All right, 3, 2,
All right.
1, clap. All right, let's try that again. 3, 2, 1, clap. No, I didn't do that right. 3, 2, 1, clap.
One clap.
3, 2, 1, clap. Okay.
Okay,
I
I'm gonna
think that's
grab
as
a
good as
cardigan
it's gonna
'cause kinda
get.
cold.
Okay.
Oh my god.
All right, we're back onto our regularly scheduled program. Now Rachel's gone.
I was grabbing a cardigan.
Oh. Are you crocheting? Oh no, that's just a cardigan.
Oh, Andrew learned how to
You think
crochet
I could
this
make
week.
this?
I
He
did.
Andrew learned how to
I made a
crochet
square.
to get. Andrew learned how to crochet to
crochet.
get girls. When
don't
Grace
think I
posted
get
that
a
picture of
single
you, I
girl.
was like, that is some next level emotional thirst trapping right there. Just
That
kidding.
sounds so terrible.
Oh, wait. Did you guys make a video out of it, or is it just fun?
Yeah, it was for her YouTube video. She wanted to teach a
Aw.
newbie how to crochet, and
Oh,
so that
Wait,
it's
newbie
for her
that's
was
so
video.
me.
cute.
It's her. Yeah, it was her video. So
Can
Was
we,
the
like-
title was the title teaching NPC how to crochet?
Mhm.
It should be.
NPC version 4.0. We made a square. It was very fitting.
He's NPCs are leveling up.
Mm-hmm.
That's
They know
cute.
how to crochet now. Just wait, I'm gonna be making a knit polo in no time.
When
a lot of
I
time.
get to New York, can we like go sit in parks and just crochet and watch dogs?
We're okay.
Dude, honestly,
me, Andrew are gonna get really nice cameras, and we're gonna vlog like every sibling moment, and we're gonna make. Well, I don't know. Should we start a new channel, or should I just post our vlogs on Rooftop Pod? 'Cause it's gonna be a sibling vlog.
We're gonna make a Patreon or a fan house or a whatever another one of those and post exclusive vlogs. No, I think I'll just post it on my YouTube channel. I mean, I'm gonna post on mine.
I mean,
Wait.
Pick
it's
it back
gonna,
up.
the content's gonna be posted
Also,
everywhere. Yes.
Yeah.
because this worked last time where we were like, if anyone works at AirUp and wants to get Rachel a job there in New York over the summer, since that worked, I'm going to put out if anyone is subleasing in New York over the summer, particularly in Brooklyn, let me know. If anyone needs a roommate from the months of June to when is it? Like mid-August, let me know. That's
Wait.
all.
Oh,
What are the sources that you're looking for? Like what
Airbnb,
platforms?
Facebook Marketplace.
Oh,
Is that it?
I have
Facebook
looked at Airbnb
Marketplace.
and Facebook, yeah.
Okay.
Try
That's true.
Craigslist.
used to
I found
sublease
my
one.
first apartment on Craigslist.
Oh,
It was
okay.
That's
It
so
was
sketchy
bad,
though.
though.
No, I feel
I
like
know.
it was
really
sketchy because
Yeah.
the lady
Yeah.
before who was subleasing had not been paying her rent, and I was left with an eviction notice, like halfway through.
Nice.
Oh yeah, did I
Nice.
tell you about
Dang.
this? First year med school.
No.
About a month into med school, I found this sublease over Craigslist, and I met the girl, and I saw the place. I was like, oh, it's a nice place. She's a nice lady. And a month later, I get an eviction notice, and I was like to the leasing company, I was like, what is this? And they're like, oh yeah, she shouldn't have subleased to you because she has not paid like the last 5 months of rent. And and she
Dang.
basically fled the state, so not the country, but she left without paying anything. So I called her. I was like, hey, you left me with a 5 month like bill. Like, you need to help me pay this. And luckily she didn't. She was still nice. Like, she picked up and like she was like, yeah, I'm just like short on money right now, but I can do my best to talk to the leasing company and then try to make something work out. I was like, yeah, you better, because
wow.
I am not paying for this. I think she was
Right.
dating like a rich consulting boy at the time, so like I think she probably just asked him for some cash up front, and yeah, so she ended up paying for it, and I
Moral of the
stayed
story,
there for
very rich.
Moral of the
That is the moral of the
story.
story.
Ooh, another
Date
life
someone,
update.
date a
Yeah.
rich consulting boy.
Another
Huh?
life
You're
update.
dating? No.
I did get treated by a sugar dad while I was in Miami this past. Oh, okay, so I
Oh,
went to
right,
Miami
right.
for a bachelor
Oh.
party. One of my really good friends in med school is getting married in May, so he had a bachelor party. It was a joint bachelor and bachelorette party. So, and we got some new fans from that because I told them I had a podcast, and they're like, oh, like, let me listen to your podcast. So shout out all of you guys who are tuning in right now. So we went to Miami for a bachelor party. I helped plan it because I go to Miami a bit and I know the spots. So where is this going? Oh, so we're staying at the Fountain Blue, and it's like one of the nicest hotels in probably all of Miami. And the bachelor's parents, we couldn't afford it, but the bachelor's parents like put us up in that hotel. And there's like, Miami's just crazy because like everywhere is like clubs, music loud. So on like in like the pool area of the hotel, there's like basically a tiny little bar and like a little club. And I was ordering drinks there, and this guy approached me. He was like, hey, like, someone wants to buy you a drink over there. And I was like, oh, like, that's awesome, but I'm straight, but I'm flattered. And he's like, oh yeah, he knows you're straight. He just wants to get you a drink. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, oh, have I told people? Okay, so I was at first apprehensive because I have recently been roofied
you've
before.
been-
So that's a whole nother story.
damn.
Should I talk about how I got
Right.
drugged?
No, we did like the Saturday debrief or Sunday debrief
Sunday
where we all
debrief.
called and we're on FaceTime, and it was
I mean,
just
we
like the
know
half
that
of
you
our
got
face.
drugged, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
no
we
one
haven't
else knows
podcasted
that.
since
doesn't
then.
We
know
haven't
that I got
podcast about
drugged.
it. No.
Should I open
Yeah.
up about that? I mean, I'm open to it because I honestly, I'm gonna tell everyone just because you shouldn't do what I did.
Safety.
Essentially.
Exactly.
Safety.
Learn
This
from
is,
his
This is a good
mistakes.
safety tip. But I was
Mm-hmm.
apprehensive because like a few weeks prior, I had been drugged and I like basically passed out, and my friends had to like fireman carry me back home. So
Scary.
that
Yeah.
happened a couple weeks ago. I went out to a gay bar and with my friends because it was my gay friend's birthday and we were celebrating. So we went out, and I had drank like maybe 3 drinks that night. I wasn't getting like, I was just having a tame night, and I go to the bar to get some water, and there was already like a water cup there, and I was like, can I have some water? He's like, oh yeah, that's water over there. I was like, okay, cool. So I grabbed it and I drank it, and then like 20-30 minutes later, like I just became ridiculously drunk out of nowhere. Like I just felt like I had no control of myself. And then I couldn't walk. Like my legs just stopped working. And then the rest is kind of hazy, but I'm pretty sure my friend just like carried me into the car. I was also just like puking my guts out. It honestly probably helped.
So
and
disgusting.
then
Yeah, damn.
and then my friends like just carried me to my bed and were just all laughing at me, I think. But they're like, Jesse got so drunk. And then I called my friend the next.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, did it feel like you were drunk, or did it feel like you were drugged? Like,
No, it doesn't.
because
Like
being
it
a
doesn't,
drunk
it
is
just
a
feel
very
no, it feels like you all of a sudden blacked out. Like it doesn't feel like you.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's like just
Dang.
really
That's
quick.
nuts.
Yeah, and I'm just like, whoa, like the only thing I've had in the past, well, the next morning I was like, the only thing I had in the last like 2 hours was that cup of water. Like, how in the world did I get that?
Yeah,
And then it clicked.
Right.
I was like, wait a second. Like, I think
that wasn't water.
I called my friend, and she was like, yeah, I think you got drugged, because she was like, this has happened to my friends before. Like,
Dang.
and like I talked to a lot of people about this, and every girl's like, either I know someone or they've personally been drugged before. It's a very
Holy
common
crap.
occurrence. So
Oh my god.
this is actually something that you should like. I mean, honestly, I don't think that water was meant for me. It was probably for someone else. So my friend was like, you probably saved someone that night. I was like, that's a weird positive way to look at it, but
Well,
yeah, I was in good. I was
Yeah.
with a bunch of my friends, so like nothing was gonna happen to me because I was in good company. But
right.
yeah, don't take random drinks. Be safe. Stick with your friends, and have a good time. I think if you're being smart, unlike me, you'll be fine.
Yeah,
Anyways, that ties
always
back.
watch the drink being poured. Know where your
Yes.
drinks came from.
Yep.
Don't leave it unattended. All those things.
Yes. Yep.
Stay safe.
Yeah, it's honest, but even if you're that safe about it, it can still happen to you. Like, it's never like real. I mean, obviously, it's not the person's who got drugged fault, because like you can't
Yeah.
ever be too
Yeah.
careful.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, that goes back to like the story in Miami where I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna take this shot unless you take one with us. So I want to see them literally drink from the same bottle. And I was like, and you have to give my friends a shot too. And he's like, yeah. He was like this older man who's like clearly had a lot of money, and he poured like this Don Julio tequila drink, and it was like the smoothest drink I've ever had. It was like,
Dang.
I I can't drink tequila. It tasted like
Yeah.
a thick
I do know
water.
that.
It tasted like a thick water.
I had
was like,
some-
it was insane.
I had some Casamigos last weekend.
Eh.
Casamigos not good.
That was not good.
It's
Yeah.
not good. It's
It's not
considered like a top
terrible.
shelf tequila, right?
Oh, I feel like it's like a very mid-tier tequila. It's like I
Yeah.
felt like
It
Casamigos
is
is
probably.
like the Tito's tequila equivalent. I could be wrong though.
That's true. I think it's a little more
Yeah.
expensive. But anyways, wow, we
Yeah.
talked about
Maybe.
drinking quite a bit on this podcast. But
It's just
I mean-
you. It's literally
Oh.
just you, Jesse. Neither of us drink. Or I
that's a
don't drink.
I mean, I drink, but I definitely drink. Which, yeah, but I'm turning a new leaf, a new
Oh,
chapter.
Yeah,
True.
it's semi-dry April.
Mhm.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
damp
April.
April.
Oh, I haven't told. Yeah. So after, well, my thing is, I lived in Denver for a year, and I think I went out a handful of times. And when I say a handful of times, like literally, you can count the number of times I went out on a
Yeah.
hand in the past year. I think like 4, maybe 5 times, and I think I probably got drunk like maybe 3 times in Denver.
Okay.
And so I've been itching to like live this social aspect of my life here in New York. And now that I'm in New York, you can go out literally every single weekend. which I kind of did for the first 3 months of this new year. I think I went out like every single week, and I realized I shouldn't do that anymore. But the problem is I don't get like that many. I think I've already talked about this. Like I don't really get that hungover. I don't get headaches. I don't get nauseous when I drink. So I can
That's dangerous.
I can drink like a fair amount. Yeah, it's not good. And the only reason where I'm like I should probably stop doing this is because I'm afraid that my liver will just all of a sudden collapse on itself before like I realize it's an issue. Because right now it's fine, but who knows if it's gonna be fine if I keep on doing this.
Yes.
So I'm like, I'm not gonna do a dry April because I think that. I mean, I still want to have a little bit of fun, but I'm gonna do a damp April with some parameters. So yeah, so I'm only gonna go out. These are like the top line, and it gets like more and more strict. Like the baseline of like things I will no longer do, not just in April, but probably moving forward, is only go out once a week. Like I can't do like more than twice.
Like multi-day benders.
Like I can't do back-to-back benders. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I don't usually do, except for the weekend that Jesse.
I'm there. I'm
Yeah,
gonna be
exactly.
there this whole summer, Andrew.
I only made that exception because Jesse was in town, and I was like, okay, we can go out back-to-back nights because you're in town. But Rachel, you're gonna be here this whole summer, so we don't have to go out back-to-back nights because you're gonna be here for 3 months in a row.
When I'm in town, we're
That's
going
true.
back to back to back. No, actually, no, we're not. No, we're not breaking that rule because we need to record
No,
content.
I know. I need to recover. My bodies can't handle that. I felt like such shit after that weekend.
Recording content
not do that
while
again.
hungover is not fun. So
Oh, I can't do that. So that's like the baseline rule. And then I'm going to limit myself to 3 drinks. This is an April rule. This is when I say damp April. 3 drinks when I'm going out with like people that I know and I'm familiar with. Because 3 drinks, essentially, I can feel it by then. Like I'll feel buzzed. And then I'll make an exception for 4 drinks if I'm going out with either like you guys, like Rachel, you're gonna be in. Oh wait, you're gonna be in town May. Okay, so I guess damn
mid-May.
April will be over by then. Or if I'm going out with people that like I don't like, I'm acquaintances with, but not like super tight with, because I feel like I might need a little bit of an extra
Social
push
lubricant.
to get
Yeah.
a little bit of social lubricant to get the socialness flowing. But yeah, that's the plan for April. And
So,
after what,
solid.
8 days, we're doing well because we haven't gotten out in April yet, I think. Oh wait, no, we did last week. Okay. Well,
Wait, last week? Oh yeah,
last
yeah.
week was
last week was
still
April. I forgot.
Last week was
Yeah,
April.
And
dang
how
it.
many drinks did you have?
So after I went out that weekend, I decided to embark on this new rule. It wasn't too bad. I had, well, okay, so I think I had to like put everything into context because I had 6.5, maybe 7 drinks that last week, which it seems like a lot to. I feel like it's a spectrum. Like this amount of drinks would knock Rachel flat on her back. But for me and Jesse, like 6 to 7 drinks is pretty tame. Like we're not like anywhere near. I've never blacked out in my life, and that will not even bring me close.
Yeah. That's true.
And that'll be me like a comfortable level drunk. And that was throughout the period of like, I think we started around like 9 and we ended around like 1, 2. So it was the course of like 4 or 5 hours. Yep. Damn, we do talk about drinking a lot. But we're on a new leaf.
We're turning a new
It's
leaf.
just you two.
Okay, yeah.
Well, Rachel, actually, yeah, when I was busy in school, I didn't really start drinking all too much until like junior, senior year. Actually, just senior year is when I started drinking more. Because like freshman, sophomore, and the beginning of junior year, I was a
Good
leader in
Christian
our
boy.
Christian fellowship, and part of the rule of being a leader is you couldn't drink. So I actually took that seriously, and I didn't drink. Whereas afterwards, I saw that a lot of the leaders still did drink. So I was like, maybe I should have just done that. But I was a steadfast believer. So anyways, Rachel, let's get a little bit of a life update from you.
Life update.
Just give us the
Everything
SparkNotes
is
version.
falling apart.
Oh,
Yeah, everything in my life is falling apart right now. I feel like I'm so out of control. School is so hectic. My professors are bad. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm behind on everything. I have like the most god awful week coming up. I have a midterm on Monday. I have a midterm on Tuesday. I have a term project due on Thursday. Did I say Tuesday midterm? I think so.
Yeah,
Anyway,
you
it's
did.
Monday, Tuesday midterm, term project due on
Dang.
Thursday. I have a massive
Oh, boy.
project due on Monday too. I have several assignments due next week as well. I have a big ol' homework due tonight too. It's 7 problems. I'm halfway through problem 4 and I'm already at 12 pages of work, so that's going really well.
Oof, I do not miss those problem sets.
Yeah.
I know. Being a
And-
student sounds so rough.
Yeah, and I don't know if I'm doing anything correctly either, because she has taught like 4 different methods of like solving these problems, and she cancels class like very often too with no explanation. And so we don't learn a lot either.
Oh,
And then when I go to her office hours, no, it's great because it's an 8 a.m. and I get to miss class, but then
Oh,
she gives
yeah.
us this homework and expects us to know everything, and nobody knows what they're doing. And then when like the last time I went to her office hours, I was there for like 10 minutes. It's for the whole hour that, right? I got there at like 10:20. She was like at 10:30, she's like, "Oh, sorry, I gotta go. I have a meeting."
Interesting.
Okay, yeah, sure. So yeah, that's like how school is going. And then also like all of my clubs are, so I'm on the board or executive board of 2 different clubs, and they're all recruiting, like we're transitioning
Trying to
out of
recruit people.
power. Yeah, for that. And that's been a lot of work too in terms of like onboarding and like whatever.
That'd be good
and
for
then
you, 'cause
also
that relieves some.
oh no, I'm
responsibility for
stepping
you
up
next.
in a lot of these.
Rachel.
Yeah, well the thing is like
Doing
no
this
no
to
no no.
yourself.
So next year, next semester, I'm not taking any major courses. So I literally
Okay.
have no serious courses next semester. And that was for the most part so I could focus on grad school applications. And then what else? Research. So I have a proposal due in a week and a half. My PI is not meeting with me. I don't know what I'm doing. He hasn't given me a project to do, so I'm like really confused on that front too. And so I've just been sinking a lot of hours trying to figure out like what I could do. Because usually like for your undergrad thesis, you're like doing it in tandem with like a master's student or a PhD student. He doesn't have any master's students like actively working on a thesis right now, so I can't help like
So you have to do
a
something
grad student with
independently.
that. Yeah.
But that's actually good for you as like a budding academic, because that's what happened to me at Hopkins, where there were grad students. They're just like, we don't want to spend time to mentor you, so you figure everything out on your own. So I crafted my own project. I did everything on my own, and that taught me to be very independent as a researcher. And it's a good skill to learn. So
Yeah. The thing is like I just haven't had time to dedicate a lot to research. So hopefully like me not taking serious classes next semester too like opens up a lot of time. I'm also planning on doing a lot of research over the summer, especially in May when I'm not working yet and I like have the time to focus a lot more on research. But yeah, the proposal's due, so I don't know what I'm gonna write about for that. And it's also a lot of pressure because the proposal like dictates how much money you like get in terms of funding. And it's like from 900 to 6,000, I think. So it's like a good chunk of money that I could get from a good proposal. So
if you want to send it
that's
to
how
me,
it's going for me.
I
Yeah.
can help look over it, because even though it's not in a subject I'm an expert on, I can help with the writing aspect.
Yeah. And how they craft the judging panels for like giving scores and giving out money is they'll have people who aren't experts in your field read it.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, you should just.
So yes, I will send it to
ChatGPT
you.
I was gonna
I
say.
part of it has been ChatGPT. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
But it's more so of like I'll write it and I'll be like, this sounds bad. I'm gonna send it through ChatGPT.
That's
and
how I
then
use
have it sound
ChatGPT,
better.
just to clean up my writing. But everything like the structure,
Yeah.
flow, and everything. But I have had, just for fun, ChatGPT like write like an original essay. I'm just like, write like a scientific review about this subject, and it'll do it, and it actually does a pretty decent job. So
Oh, jeez.
I just heard that
crazy.
like sometimes it's not real information. Like they'll put in fake things.
okay, so if you write a scientific review, but then you say cite your sources, it will come up with a list of citations, but all the
Yeah.
citations are fake, like the
They're
DOI
all
numbers
fake,
and everything.
yeah.
Because all it does is it recognizes the pattern of a reference, but it doesn't actually pull from real references. It just like knows how to make it look like a reference, so it's actually fake references. It's
Yeah.
insane.
But-
It's actually really bad.
So
It's gotten
I
that
will
smart
say,
yet.
I have used ChatGPT to help me write some things too. And if you say, this is how, so my friend Natalie taught me this. I'm throwing her completely under the bus right now, but TikTok taught Natalie this. So the prompt is, I want you to act as a blank. We'll say a college student taking a blank class. I will give
Okay.
you a reading and you'll respond to a prompt that I give you. You send that out. ChatGPT says, great, give me a reading and give me the prompt. You copy and paste the reading, then you give it the prompt. Then you'll have like the actual like source and it'll cite the source.
Oh.
Dude, college is so easy
Wow.
now with ChatGPT.
Tips and tricks.
Wow. Oh my god. I wonder what Philip and John's college experience is gonna be like
It's
after
gonna
like
be-
5 years of like
No, they're already,
AI
so they
development.
already
Oh my god.
implemented programs that are able to like recognize ChatGPT. I think it's called like Chat Zero or GPT Zero or
yeah,
something
it's
like
like
that.
I saw
that Princeton dude that
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So
ruined
they
all of
already
our
implemented
lives, I'm
that
just kidding.
into they implemented that into Turnitin, which is like the plagiarism checker.
Really? Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So I
Smart.
think I don't know if they've already started doing it, but my friend who works in like the technology services was telling us that that was
But
their
there's-
plan at least like a couple weeks ago.
But like you could just create another chat anti-zero and then just plug it into that so that it won't mixes it up so that chat zero can't
Mix up the
recognize it.
signals.
Battle of
You
the
just go
bots.
back
But
and
the
forth.
thing is like
Battle of the bots.
if this is the future of writing, it's like it already writes better than a lot of people
Yeah.
do.
Mhm.
So
But this
I
is-
don't.
No.
Yeah. No. Continue.
Oh, sorry. I jumped. The Zoom audio is like wonk, so I thought you were
Yeah.
done talking, and then I jumped.
No,
in.
you're good.
But essentially, I saw I saw a TikTok that I think explained it well. ChatGPT is like the new Google, where it's just a new tool that people will now have to use. So now
Yeah.
that the entire internet is at our fingertips, like good software engineers have just been like good Googlers
10x
or like
engineers.
yeah.
yeah, exactly. They're like, oh, I just know how to use Stack Overflow really well. And
Yeah.
now it's going to be like, oh, I just use ChatGPT really well to like enhance our problem solving. So it's just a new tool in our toolkit that we can use to enhance everything that we're doing.
Yeah.
So I don't think the right answer is to or to like put it into the Turnitin plagiarism source thing.
I think what needs
Well,
to
it might
happen
be. I don't know.
is teachers need to change their curriculum now to
Mhm.
to
Yeah.
because I think a
adapt.
lot of social studies and writing courses they judge how much you've learned based off of what you write and like how well you write things, but now that all has to change. I feel like especially in writing courses like that's going to be hard now.
Yeah.
Aside from I guess in high school the way that we did our like writing assessments, at least for lit, was we'd write timed essays. So like that can still be a thing because how are you going to write a timed essay with ChatGPT on paper and
Right.
pencil?
That's
So
true.
that's still like a valid way of checking
Yeah.
like how well you write. So it's just about like teachers having to change how they teach because of ChatGPT now.
I mean,
Which is
overall,
still
it's
pretty
like,
tough. Like, yeah.
sorry, I was just saying overall, ChatGPT is gonna increase human productivity by like so much in like especially in software engineering, even just like communicating ideas. Like once they implement it into email writing, like people can communicate ideas so much more clear and more articulate.
like with the help of ChatGPT, like all you have to do is give it some ideas, and it can formulate like a very clear, concise email for you that you can send back and forth way faster. Because like a lot of people's jobs are coming up with emails and communicating with people, and like if you can just communicate faster, like our productivity as a human race is just gonna like boom. So I'm excited. I love ChatGPT. I use it all the time. I use it to write emails all the time, actually. It saves me so much time. Anyhow, okay.
Yeah, I actually
Good for
don't use
you.
it that often, but maybe I should.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of cumbersome
use it
right
for my
now
own work.
because I just have like one window with ChatGPT and another window with like my
Yeah.
email or whatever I'm writing up. But it's for me, like I'm not naturally gifted at articulating my thoughts into words on like an email or paper. So for me, I can just like tell ChatGPT like the gist of what I'm trying to say, and it'll just like spit out something that's like very concise, very articulate. I can recognize good
Yeah.
writing, so like that's all you really need. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, because I posted a video of like how I became a data analyst and like what that entails, and people in the comments were asking if they thought that ChatGPT like replace what I'm doing, and I don't know. I'm like maybe eventually, but it's too hard to implement ChatGPT right now into what I'm currently using. Also, like data privacy concerns, like I can't like input my
true.
massive data sets or
That's
even the structure of my
Right.
data set into ChatGPT and ask them. I can ask like if I have like a logic problem that I'm trying to figure out. But at that point, I'm just gonna Google it and not ChatGPT it, because Google will help get me closer to the answer that I'm looking for than ChatGPT at the current moment. But yeah, there's like
I know
I-
ChatGPT codes too. Like a lot of my friends.
Yeah, it does.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
Does a very good job too. I've used
Oh.
it for that too.
Yeah. So like, yeah, but for like SQL, you have to give them like the table parameters that you're, or like what the array structure looks like in order for me to like
And
ask
that's
how
proprietary.
to like write a query.
Yeah.
And that's exactly.
Yeah.
Versus like
Yeah.
coding, you can have like the basis of what you're trying to do and like put in the generic prompt.
Eventually, what I
eventually-
heard is ChatGPT is going to license their servers or their like services to like companies, and then companies can then give
yeah.
their engineers,
Yep.
and then they'll have it's like honestly right
Yep.
now I think ChatGPT has like a privacy like feature or like promise that
might,
like
yeah.
nothing that you input will be like used as part of their training data set. So
Yeah.
like no one's gonna actually know the data. But I was listening to another tech podcast where they're talking about the future of ChatGPT, how other companies, tech companies, are going to use it, and there's definitely ways around like the privacy issue of your
for sure.
like,
Yeah.
data set. Yeah. Anyways, let's not talk about ChatGPT for a long time because I feel like every
I know,
podcast in
it's
the world loves talking about
that's fair.
ChatGPT. Like every podcast I listen
but
to has
this is-
talked about ChatGPT.
We can't
So
be
we did our
basic
bit.
and generic.
No, we can't.
I
We're
mean,
also
I feel
not
like
a
this
tech
is real world.
podcast. It is real world. It will definitely impact everyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, for
Yeah.
sure.
All
Okay,
right.
so the
Let's
first
go to the next
subject,
topic.
because I just went on a bachelor party and me and my friends were talking about this, is who would you choose to be your best man or maid of honor? And for some people, there's an obvious answer because
Yeah.
there are obvious
you
answers
exist.
sometimes.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. But for my friend, like he doesn't have any male siblings, so he had to choose out of either he has like, so he was telling me he has like phases of life. He has like childhood friends, childhood best friends. He has high school friends, and then he has college friends, and then he has med school friends. So like, you have people in different phases of your life, and he also struggled to figure out who he was going to invite to the bachelor party because he was like, oh, all these people are very different, exist in different spheres. Like, who do you choose to go on the bachelor party, and then who do you choose to be ultimately your best man? And I'd be interested to hear what your guys' take is on this. Because, well, mostly Rachel, because I guess
Yeah,
Andrew,
mostly Rachel.
yeah,
Yeah.
when time
You guys
comes,
have
what-
built in. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Well, I feel like you guys know who I would choose as my maid of honor.
Oh yeah, Annie.
Annie?
Yeah. Of course.
Okay.
The love of my life. Yeah.
Oh,
Like, I
okay.
think she is like my soulmate in so many ways. Okay, so
Yeah.
this is probably why I like yesterday was not a great day for me. It was because I called her Thursday night, and afterwards I was like, I feel dead and empty inside. Like, I just realized, oh my God, I might start crying.
Wait, you said this
I
or she
realized,
said
like,
that?
We both said it. Like, we both reciprocated.
oh.
We were like, we have post-call depression. But it's like so cruel how the world like separated us for 6 years. Like, that's so
Aw.
dumb. Like, we've like missed so much time with each other. Oh my God, it's coming.
That's
Okay,
sad.
anyways, basically I love her a lot. Like, I think like she's the only person that's like seen me through like genuinely the best and worst times of my life. Oh my God.
Wow, she really is the love of your life.
No, honestly, like we were talking, we were
She's like
oh
the
my God,
sister
'cause
you
we were
never
like,
had.
we were debriefing our
Wow.
spring breaks, and we both had like very similar experiences where like we went with friends and then we didn't have like necessarily like what we hoped to get out of spring break. And so there was a lot of like resetting expectations for friends, and like there were just like some mismatches in terms of like how people travel. And I was like, genuinely, honestly, like I feel like the only person I've traveled well with is you, because like we understand each other so well, and like when we need space, like we can very comfortably be in each other's presence without being peeved at each other, if that makes sense. Like, yeah, like we understand that distance is sometimes good kind of thing, and like we don't expect too much out of each other. So yeah, anyways, I miss my best friend.
Yeah. I do. So sometimes in life you do have like an obvious person that you would choose.
Yeah.
And honestly, if I didn't, well, for me and Andrew, now I'm gonna play the scenario of if we weren't able to choose each other, who then would you consider? And then also keep this in mind. Usually the best man is the one who plans your bachelor party. So you want someone who will also do a good job at that. What was telling me is that he was back and forth between two people, his like two college roommates. And one guy he wasn't as close to, but he was like, he's really on top of his stuff, like very organized. And he's like, this guy will do a really good job helping me plan and like being, because best man, they have duties. Like they're not just like standing next to you at the altar. They're like, they have duties.
Yeah.
They have to help organize some things for the wedding and also for a bachelor party. So when he told me that he picked the guy that I also helped plan the bachelor party with, I was like, this makes a lot of sense, because he is really good at being on top of his stuff. And he's just like a very solid guy. He's not like a wild card, whereas the other guy was a little bit of a wild card. Like you just don't know what you're going to get from him kind of thing. So
I
do
mean,
you have like
I feel like you can kind of flex those rules though. I feel like you could have your best friend as the person you're closest with, and then if the other guy is actually a homie, he could probably.
That's true.
Is
But
that like stepping on too many
Yeah.
toes? I don't know
Actually,
the
that's a
politics
good
of choosing
question.
best man. Yeah.
There is I mean, some people get offended when they're not picked, because like some people have like
Yes.
honestly multiple best friends, and there's not an obvious. And I feel like this might make a bigger difference for maid of honors, because I feel like if anyone, like I don't feel entitled to being anyone's best man.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
like, this is a generalization, but guys are more chill about not being picked or being picked, whereas maybe in a girlfriend group it might be a little spicier if someone didn't get picked and they thought they were gonna
Yeah.
get picked, kind of thing.
I think like I've already seen it happen in friend groups where people get jealous that other people are getting closer.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
well, I've only ever been in girlfriend groups. I don't like having a
I
lot
don't
of
talk
guy
to
friends. Period.
Yeah. I mean, I was going to say, like, this is great because I kind of feel bad if I put the burden of planning a bachelor pad to some of my friends, unless they wanted to. But this is great because now, Jesse, you'll just plan my bachelor party and then just hang
Well,
out with
actually-
the homies.
What you were saying before is that I will probably pick you as my best man, but I probably won't have you plan the bachelor party.
Yeah.
'Cause,
I feel
like-
like your friends might be able to do a much better job than I can.
Much better job, exactly. So like
Yeah.
traditionally it's the best man's job, but like these rules are stupid. Like, I'm just gonna have the best person
Yeah.
do whatever
Yeah.
job that
Yeah,
can
exactly.
be. But I was talking to my friend. I'm gonna bleep his name out, but I was telling him, like, if I didn't have a brother, I'd probably pick you as my best man. And
Yeah.
and he was like, yeah,
This makes sense.
because he's like,
Yeah. You've
been through
a
it
lot
all
together.
with me. Yeah, been through it all with me.
Yeah. He's almost existed in your life. Actually, he's probably existed in your life as much as I've existed
Almost.
in your life, discounting
Yeah.
childhood. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was
Yeah.
probably more close with him for longer
Yeah.
than I was with you, because we went to
Because you
college
lived
together.
with
We
him for-
lived,
Yeah.
we did all of high school together. So,
Wait,
so we can take a
Andrew,
break
would
if you
you
want.
would you have
Huh.
someone like that you would choose
Yeah.
as a best man if you couldn't choose Jesse?
Oh, if
Or
you
like
did
the
have-
I think mine
logistics
is
in
also
that.
pretty obvious.
Yeah.
I mean, bleep it out, but yeah.
Who?
Uh,
Oh, yeah.
But if he has time, I think he'd plan like a pretty dope ass bachelor party. Except for he's gonna be in big law soon, and he's in law school. And to put, because I mean, granted, let's like hypothetically plan out my relationship arc. I'm probably gonna get married. Who knows when? But the ideal timeline is in like 4-ish years, like later in my 20s, early in my 30s, and that'll be when he's in the midst of like being in big law soon, because he's gonna wrap up law school next year, and then he's gonna work in big law for a couple years, which is probably gonna align with when I'm like starting to get married. And to make him plan a bachelor party while he's working like 100-hour weeks, hell no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's-
Yeah.
I have
makes sense.
well, all the
Yeah.
girls on the bachelorette parties, they were all lawyers, and well, I've seen like work, like we've like had nights out when we're like not going out, but we're like just like having people over for drinks and stuff, and she will literally be on her laptop the entire time, just like working. I'm like, it is
Insane.
11 p.m.
Dang.
Why are you still sending out emails? There was
Yeah.
a girl at the bachelor party who was literally just like on her laptop during the pregame. Lawyers work hard.
Yeah. And I
Depending on the
thought
firm
like
that
being
you're
a
in.
consultant was bad. I bumped into one of my I think at night, and I was waiting outside a restaurant, and she was walking by, and she was like, oh yeah, I like just closed my laptop like 20-30 minutes ago, which honestly like that's an early day, closing the laptop at like 7:30 on a Friday. But now that I'm out of that lifestyle, I'm like, oh my god, you were working till 7:30 on a Friday.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Consulting is
So-
not for
Consulting's
everyone, but
also
some people
not
stick
fun.
it out and climb that ladder. So
Yeah,
Kudos
the
to them.
compensation's good once you get up there.
Yeah.
Get up there. Yeah.
yeah.
I feel
All right,
like
we're
people
going
also
to-
will like.
Oh.
Sorry, I was
Please
gonna
go
say
ahead.
people will like sell out for.
About to really switch up the subject, but yeah, go ahead.
Okay,
switch it up,
Last
switch it up,
thought on
switch it up.
this.
Oh, okay.
People will sell out for a little bit and then like pursue their passions. It's like the whole concept of FIRE, like financial independence,
trend.
retire early kind of thing.
Yeah.
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 It's a transitional job. I don't think consulting is built
It's not
for, like-
sustainable.
yeah. But some people like are built to be in that system. Built different.
Yeah. Some people love the work grind. I don't.
You're just like a rat at
Which
that
I-
point, just like pressing buttons
I mean, I only say this
for a little bit
because
of
like
reward.
I
Or a lot of
recognize
reward.
that I also love to be like productive. I just hate being productive for corporate America.
Yeah, because you're not actually being productive really as a
No.
consultant. It's a super inefficient
think so,
system. It's
but-
so inefficient, but
Yeah.
there's no other way to do it, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, transitioning to another subject because I wanted to talk about this. In honor of being long distance with my siblings, I feel like we're also long distance with a lot of our extended relatives, especially our grandparents. And
Yeah.
You're gonna make me
This-
cry again.
yeah,
Oh,
honestly, I
was
might
gonna
Yeah.
talk about
because-
one of the picture and videos. Yeah.
Yeah,
Dad was
'cause-
sending.
Yeah, that really, because the picture that, so our
Mhm.
dad is in China right now. He's visiting our grandparents because now the Chinese border is open to Americans. Like you can get a visa, but it's still really expensive to get a ticket. But our dad hasn't seen his parents in like years because of COVID. So I can't even imagine what it's like to be away from like, because mom and dad are very close with their family, but like having to be away in like a completely different other side of the world, really, and like only having contact through FaceTime must be like a killer, especially since dad or our grandparents, our yeah nine are like getting older, and like him not being able to be there to take care of them. He's already told me it's like feels like a huge burden on him, because his idea was that they would be here and he would be able to take care of them, but they want to be home, obviously, for good reason. And I asked dad for like a lot of pictures of yeah nine like a couple weeks ago, and for like a reason unrelated to this podcast, and he sent me like this huge Google Drive of just like all these pictures of yeah nine and us, because a lot of looking back on those photos, I realized they have played like a huge role in our life. Like they raised us for like our formative years. They were in the US for quite a while, and I was looking through those pictures, and it dug up all these memories that I had with yeah nana, and I forgot how close we actually used to be with our grandparents. And like going through those pictures, all of a sudden I just felt this like huge feeling of just missing them like a lot, and I just like started bawling. I was like, oh my god, like I miss yeah nana so much, because I haven't seen them in so many years, and they were basically like our parents growing up. Like they took care of us. They literally hand fed us. They played like Connect Four with us. There's that one picture. And we just did so many things together. And I remember the first time they went back to China. Rachel, you're probably too young to remember this, but I remember the day that they were leaving for the airport. This is like honestly one of the core memories of my life. But the day when they were leaving to the airport, we were just in Ye Nana's room, which is now Rachel's room. And the three of us were just like holding Ye and Nana, asking them not to leave. And we were just like all crying so hard, because like they had raised us for like 3 or 4 years at that point, and they were going back home, and we didn't know the next time we were going to see them. And I just remember as a kid being just so sad to see them go. And I felt that feeling again when I was looking at the pictures, because I was like we really don't know.
Yeah, you're gonna make me cry.
Yeah. No.
Like we don't know like how many times we're gonna see our grandparents again in the future. Yeah, it's tough being so far away from people that you love so much. So I can't even imagine what that's like for mom and dad, because you know they built their life here, and their parents live separate lives. So I mean that all ties back to like a big part of why like the end goal is for all of us to live in the same city and be able to raise our families with each other. So but yeah, I don't know if you guys have any memories of Yenana growing up, but I remember that as a very core memory of mine.
No, I was recently talking to someone about like I love our family so much. Like I love dad's family. Like I feel like we are a product of the family culture that they've cultivated, like mostly on dad's side. There's no duds. Like how did that happen? Like I feel like in any family there's always some wacko in there. Like there's not. Like everyone is so, and maybe it's because like whenever we go to visit them, like they're all happy for us to be there, and so maybe we're only seeing like the best sides of it. But like everyone is so supportive, everyone is so loving, like they're so willing to just help each other out. Yeah, but Yi and Nai, like I feel like mom and dad are similar to Ye and Nai in the sense that they're just very silly and goofy and have a lot of young energy, and they're like they just do fun things, like the whacking of the soybeans and like this like going, oh my god, when they told me this story, I thought it was the funniest thing ever. But so we live by a bunch of like fields, like agricultural fields. And so when they were living in the US, and also like I'm so jealous of you guys because you guys got to spend more time with Yi and Nai because they raised you, and then they raised Andrew, and then they raised me, and then they raised John and Philip. Sorry, Philip and then John.
They were in the U.S. to actually raise you because you were a newborn, but you don't remember any of that
Yeah.
because you were a newborn.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
they're
So
actually here to
you
take care of
guys
you.
got to spend more time with them
That's
because
true.
you got to stay for like the rest of
Yeah.
the children. I only got to be
Yeah.
here with Philip and John.
Well, I mean,
That's
yeah.
rude. They should have had me earlier anyways.
Well, I mean, you were there. You were
They-
just a baby.
Yeah.
No, but I wasn't there for you or Andrew. Is what I'm
What do
trying
you
to
mean?
say. It's
If
like
you were the firstborn, if they switched
Yeah.
the birth order, Rachel would be not. She was alive during all of it. She would just have working memory, like
she did-
us.
Yes, because Yin and I did not come
So, like-
before you were born. They only came
Yeah.
after you were born.
Technically,
Oh,
we went
really?
to them though.
Yes.
oh
Rachel,
Yeah,
they
when I was
know, 'cause, like,
two. Yeah, when I was born, we went back.
I
to China.
forgot. Yeah, because
Yeah.
you guys went in
Yeah.
2001.
2001, the year before you were
Gotcha.
born, and then in
Yep, they
2002, when we
Yeah.
moved to the new house, they came
Yeah.
when you were born. So
I
you
mean,
were
I don't
Oh my
remember
gosh.
any of that.
I guess I just
Yeah.
assumed that when I saw
I mean, I was
pictures of
4, I
Yi
don't
and Nai
remember
in the
anything.
old house, or not the old house, the old apartment,
child.
that
Mm.
they had also raised you guys.
No.
But
think
I
they
now
visited,
realize,
but yeah,
yeah, going back in my memory, it's all photos in the old apartment with me.
yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
It's all you.
That makes
But
sense.
you have
Yeah.
no memory.
Yeah.
I have the best memory of everything
Yeah.
because that was when I
I
was
mean,
like
yeah.
6
Yeah.
or 7, so I actually could form memories at that point. So
Yeah.
'Cause I only remember because I was 6 or no, I was like 10 when they came back for
Mhm.
Philip because in
Philip,
08.
yeah.
Yep.
So even then, like, I don't remember too much. I just remember bits and pieces. I remember like working out downstairs in the basement and Yaya like cranking out like 6 or 7
Pull-ups.
pull-ups. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my god, that old man strength,
Dang.
crazy.
Dude, he's got farmer
Yi is
strength.
strong as
That's-
heck.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm sure he
God,
could
yeah,
still
He's
do
got
it.
So
functional strength.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, back on the
Yeah,
field
story,
story,
yes.
right? Like agricultural fields, they grow soybeans there. And so
Mhm.
whenever what is it called? Like the harvester tractor kind of thing goes
Yeah.
around and like harvests all the soybeans, it like leaves the edges, right? Because you can't like go in a perfect square shape. So like the edges are rounded off and there's a bunch left over on the sides. And so what Ye and Nina used to do is they used to go out, pick those soybeans, put it in a baby stroller and like roll it back home. And mind you, this is like a 3-mile round trip, just like transit wise. And so one day they were like walking home with the baby stroller and all the soybeans and they got stopped by the police. And the police were like, what are you guys
what it
doing?
No, what it was
Yeah.
was they were like in the because this is a big field, and they would just
Yeah.
like go
Right.
collect big bundles and then walk back to the stroller. So they would leave the stroller in the middle of the field and they would walk really far away from it and collect it. And a police officer was driving by and they're like, "Why are these two old people like so far away from their baby? Like they're like abandoning it and then just coming back." So they stopped them. And we're like, "Hey, you can't just leave your baby like hanging like that." And then he looks inside, and it's like, just like stacks on stacks,
Just
and
soybeans.
stacks of, like soybeans.
Yeah.
So funny.
But
I
yeah,
don't-
but they couldn't speak English. So there was just like no communication happening. They were
Nope.
just like looking at each other blankly.
They're just probably like
yeah.
yelling at the police officer in Chinese, and the police officer's like, "What?"
Like,
and then
what?
he's like,
What's
"Why are there
happening?"
soybeans in here?"
If it's in a store.
Yeah. And then they'd like roll everything home. They'd set it out on our like back porch and then just start whacking it with sticks.
Knock out
Yeah.
all the beans.
Break it out.
And then we'd
shell.
have like massive bins of soybeans
Oh
in
my
our
God. We had,
Um,
I think, 60 pounds like of soybeans in that container.
Oh
It's
my
a big
God, so
container,
many
yeah.
childhood memories with the soybeans. Because mom would
Yeah.
make doujiang, soy milk
Yeah,
out of the
yeah.
soybeans.
A lot of doujiang.
A lot of
Hella
tofu as well.
tofu.
But I remember Andrew hated doujiang growing up. You like
Yeah.
had this huge
Yeah.
aversion.
I hate.
yeah.
But I don't know why. I
It was so
actually vomited
tasty.
drinking soybeans.
It was
I don't
so
know why.
good.
Because I
think,
enjoy
okay,
soy
I
milk
remember
now.
it as I remember when I had to explain to people that you didn't like doujiang. Why was I explaining to people that you didn't like doujiang? I don't know.
Why wouldn't
But
you explain it?
I thought it was because one time you like drank it and threw up, and then so
I
you just
did.
associated throwing up with dojang and then just stopped
Oh.
liking it after that. That's how I
Well,
explained it, at least.
I threw up because I didn't like it. So
You had a strong
I don't know.
aversion to it.
I don't know
It was
why.
really
Because now
weird
I
looking
like
back.
soy milk, but
Okay.
as
Do you
a kid,
like soy milk or do you like dojang? Because I feel like dojang is like
Oh.
the unsweetened, like slightly
Yeah,
more
so
watery version.
That's true.
I mean,
haven't
the
had
unsweetened
Dojang,
version I
mom's
don't
Dojang in a
love.
while.
But mom's dojang, when you add sugar in it, so freaking good.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
drink gallons
So
of
I
that.
don't know.
good. Also, dojang
Yeah.
with youtiao.
Ooh.
But
Delicious.
I don't know.
Mom didn't
I think
make
as a
youtiao
kid, your
ever,
palate
but
does
yes.
change a lot. No,
Yeah, she
never got
did.
youtiao
She
for
started
sure.
making youtiao.
Oh, she does now.
Yeah.
Not when we were a
Oh,
kid.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
that's
we were
true.
kids.
Mom's
We would have
mom has really expanded her mental.
Culinary.
what is that
Yeah.
like that you can either make
Huajin.
it
Oh.
not huajin. It's something you make with dojang. It's like the tofu, but like in it's not a soup, but you can
Oh,
eat it
oh,
cold
douhua.
and add sugar. Douhua. Oh,
Douhua.
that shit was
Oh. See, I also like
That's
douhua,
so good.
like the
Douhua
the
is so
savory one,
good.
and you can also make it sweet.
Yeah. Oh,
You can make the sweet cold one. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or you can make the
so
savory like warm one. That was good. I don't
y'all are
know.
making me hungry.
want that now. Yeah, so many memories. Oh, another memory of the soybeans.
So many
is that
soybeans. Yeah.
So many
there's actually
soybeans.
There's, I didn't realize how big of a role soybeans had in our life because we just have huge bins of it downstairs. And
soybeans.
as a kid,
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah.
oh, you can play with these. So I made a little soybean gun that shoots these soybeans out. I forget how I made it, but I remember that shit was powerful.
No, I
'Cause
think
the
I
little
remember
soybean
it
pellets
too.
are like bullets. And I
the
made a gun from, I think it was probably just a rubber band mechanism, but I
Yeah.
was flinging those things and shooting people with it. It was so fun. Oh, I remember I would put them in like these PVC pipes and like I would also blow dart them and like shoot them out.
God. Jesse
Boys
was
will be
chaos.
boys.
So fun.
Yeah.
That's all.
Soybeans and yeah.
A lot of
Yeah, I'm trying to
soybeans.
think, when is the next time we would go to China? Because I think the perfect time
Yeah.
to go is after graduations. Because
Lunar New
after
Year.
Rachel's graduation, we should make a trip.
Yeah. But I
Oh,
think
so
I
next
would
year,
so
20
I would
next
so
year.
skip school to celebrate Lunar New Year with everyone.
Oh, wait.
Like I know
we should
mom
go to
has
China
really
during
been
Lunar
wanting
New-
to go.
We should do that next year.
Like that's been her like dream. Cause she's
Dude,
like
let's-
ever
I
since being
also-
in America, we haven't been able to go to China during that
I've
time
never
frame
been
just because
to
of
a
school.
Lunar New Year.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
We've
I don't
only
think
ever
Mom
gone in
and
the
Dad have
summer. Yeah.
Mom and Dad haven't celebrated Lunar New Year. Maybe Dad, because he's gone for longer periods
Yeah.
of time.
Right.
But Mom and Dad have never celebrated Lunar New Year with their family.
We
Since
should
coming to the
surprise
US.
them with plane tickets to China next year.
You can surprise them.
You
Okay.
can
I'll
surprise
surprise them with. I'll surprise them
Let's
with
be
plane
so
tickets to
real
China.
right now.
Honestly, next year, I think social media wise, I
could
think
surprise
this
them.
podcast hopefully will be monetized, or we can treat mom and dad to something like that.
Mm.
Yeah, that would be
I-
actually. Let's plan for that.
Yeah,
Let's actually
I
plan
like
for
this
that.
idea a lot.
I'd be so
Lunar,
down.
like just book it in our calendars now, so that we can clear
Yeah.
everything, and then just go back to China for a year.
week in
or
advance,
a
yeah.
year, for a week.
Peace out, homies.
Bye, America.
We
I'm not
outta here.
graduating here, actually.
Peace.
But yeah, because senior year, Rachel, you said you have like light work, and I'm still gonna be in my grad school, so like
Well,
or PhD.
my
so
second
schedule
semester
will
is
quite
gonna
flexible.
be.
Well,
My
it's gonna
second
be
semester
during
is
your
gonna be a
second
little
semester.
heavier. Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
which is. But I would
Okay.
so happily skip school for that because I don't think my last
Wait.
semester like GPA even matters that much.
Well, yeah, exactly. Second semester senior year is like second semester
Like,
senior
you
year
already
of
have
high
your
school.
job, yeah.
You have your job.
Well,
but grad school.
grad school, yeah,
Oh,
but they're
you'll
only
already be in.
accepting me like by my fall semester GPA.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. There you go.
Oh, I forgot you're going to grad school. I mean,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
didn't
bro,
forget,
me
but,
too.
like, I was
Yeah, but
sad losing another
Sad.
one to academia. Sad.
well, I'm not gonna be there permanently. It's just so I
I-
can get a
well,
better
obviously.
job. Yeah,
None
That's
of
true.
us.
That's true.
Um,
They should level up.
but
Yeah.
yeah, I was
It's
was
worth it.
talking to my friend who is going back to India this summer. I was like, I'm so jealous because like the
Mhm.
only other practical window of opportunity for me is just like the month of next May. Like not
okay.
this upcoming May, but next May is probably like when I'd realistically be able to go for a long period of time.
Yeah. But Lunar New Year's, and the other thing about going during Lunar New Year's is it's still winter there, so no mosquitoes.
Oh, wait,
Oh
China,
my
huge.
God.
That's actually
We've only
huge.
been to China in the summer. It's
Yeah.
not that it's
And
miserable
it's
when it.
hot.
It's so
It's
muggy.
It's
hot,
not.
muggy,
Yeah.
Not
and
as-
itchy.
The pollution.
Oh my
Itchy.
god, it's
Yeah.
No AC in the village.
oh
Poop holes.
Well, they have AC in
oh,
one
actually,
room.
they have toilets now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
we
they
have
do.
fans.
Oh, yeah, they
too,
do.
But
But the
Yeah. I
mosquitoes.
mean, love
oh my
it,
God,
but-
we get
oh
eaten
my God.
alive.
oh,
Yeah,
they like fresh blood.
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
love the new American
Oh my
sweet
God.
blood that we're
Yeah.
just loaded on all this junk food here, and they're like, wow, this
Yep,
is
yeah. Nom, nom, nom,
cholesterol,
nom.
lipid, heavy blood. They love that stuff.
Ew.
Well, the mosquitoes, love it,
Man.
not me. But yeah, so going during the winter time for Lunar New Year would be
Oh, that'd be lit.
very pleasant. It'd be cold,
Yeah.
but I'd much prefer cold over hot, sweaty,
Oh,
and
yeah.
No, I
mosquito
agree.
and itchy. So
Wow, I don't think I've ever been to China in the non-summer, like fall, spring, winter.
I've
yeah.
gone
ex-
in October before with mom.
Oh.
how is it in October?
It was still kind of hot. I think it was still like 70,
Yeah.
around 70
I can
degrees.
see that.
Oh, but that's like a comfortable. But there's still mosquitoes.
Yeah.
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 Oh, okay.
It wasn't
But
bad.
like the
I
the
also
winter
went when I was
months are
10,
like-
so I don't remember it super well. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
the winter months are. It's probably like December to like March-ish for the village. But like I've heard stories that like the winters are actually pretty brutal in the village as well. Like really
Mhm.
hot summers and really really cold winters. But
Yeah.
Yeah. And I
Just
think
bundle up.
February is probably one of the coldest months of the year.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause,
Well, when is Lunar New Year next year? Do we
probably
know?
end of January, beginning of February,
Yeah.
as always.
No, and then
Wow,
wait,
those are
you
two
guys, and then we can
sorry,
celebrate
end of
Yaya's
January, beginning
birthday
of
and
February.
Dad's birthday, like all the birthdays too.
You're right.
Oh.
We should celebrate actual dad's
See,
birthday.
I never know.
Well, I
when
don't know if we'll be
Dad and
there
Yin
for
and his
actual
birthdays
Dad's
are.
birthday.
Well, it's
'Cause
12 days
actual
after
No, it's
Lunar.
22 days after.
Oh,
Lunar
sorry,
New
22
Year.
days. Not
22
you're
days
right.
after
We're
the
probably
New
not gonna be
Year?
for dad's.
So
Yeah,
unless we like
that's why
go
I
for a
said-
month, which I don't see happening.
When is Ye's birthday? How many days after Lunar New Year?
That's a good question.
This is.
It's like
yeah. Hey,
I'm
it's
very
time.
bad
we
at
could. I
tracking
can
the
go
lunar
back into the
calendar.
WeChat
Yeah.
archives and
Yeah,
find
we'll
out,
go through the WeChat archives.
Yeah.
or we could just ask Dad.
Oh, we could just ask too. Yeah.
Yeah, I just realized.
But it should be pretty
like
close.
Growing up, Yin and I would always call home for everyone's birthday. Mom, Dad,
Mhm.
me,
Mhm.
you, Andrew, Rachel, Philip, John.
Wow,
But we
they
never
really kept
called
track.
them for their birthday.
I
they
mean,
did
we
a
do.
really
Dad
good job
calls
keeping
them.
track. Yeah, but yeah, okay, yeah, I guess Dad did, but I never. I mean, I don't keep track of the lunar calendar, so I
Yeah.
never know when
Yeah.
their actual birthdays. I'm gonna put in.
We should
an
just
actual
have a
effort
lunar
towards figuring it out.
calendar. Yeah.
Yeah, we should have a lunar calendar and then just like put it in my Google Calendar so I remember every
Yeah.
single
Yeah.
year.
I mean, every year you just plug
also-
in the set number of days after.
Yeah.
Whatever lunar year is.
But then you have to figure out when Lunar New Year is every year,
Yeah.
which is not that hard.
Yeah.
But I actually have no idea how the lunar calendar works at all.
It's by the moon
phases of the moon. So how
Right,
many
but,
cycles? How many
Like
full?
how's it divided? Like how does it work?
Oh.
'Cause I know how months and days
Isn't
work,
it
but I
just
don't know
like
how to do it.
12 moon cycles? So like every new moon is like the first of every month.
Oh, is that how it works? That would
I-
make
So it's
sense.
still
I'd
divided
assume
into 12?
so.
We have
My laptop
I
is
have
so
a
far away I
freaking
can't reach.
laptop
Yeah.
right in front of me.
You know what's crazy? I was
calendar.
watching an old How I Met Your Mother clip about how smartphones changed bar debates, and I realized it wasn't that long ago where smartphones didn't exist. So if you debated something at like a bar, you couldn't just Google the answer. That wasn't that long ago. That was
Bar
like,
debates.
okay. That was.
Do
I
you
mean, that was
have
the
bar
premise
debates?
of the sitcom. I mean, no, but that was the premise
Well,
of
we weren't at the age.
the
That was a
scene.
thing before, back in the day.
Yeah. Because what was that? The
I never
iPhone
lived
came
through
out
that.
in '08, and so it probably didn't hit mass adoption till 09, 10.
That's crazy.
And then because I got my smartphone junior year of high school.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so lunar phases are divided into 29.53 days, and the year is divided into 12 lunar months, which inconveniently adds up to 354 days, which is roughly 11 days short of the actual time the Earth takes to complete one full orbit.
Wait, that's so
everything
close.
is,
how does it make
offset
up?
by
Because
11.
Oh.
Because the moon, so it's like comparing the moon orbiting the Earth versus the Earth orbiting the sun. So it's
sun.
kind of
Yeah,
crazy how close that is.
How close that is.
Yeah,
But I
the
think
speed
the
of
that is,
Gregorian
yeah.
calendar, the 12-month was originally derived from how many times the moon orbits the Earth. I think, because there's no way it's that close, but like just off.
You're right.
Like I think
I
the
forgot
12
that's
months,
yeah,
and,
no,
and
that makes
then
sense.
we just like added a few days to each month to make it so that's a perfect revolution around the sun. I think that's how it
Me
works.
thinking
don't
that
know
I
my
did
calendar
something.
history.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah. But didn't
but yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say the Augustus, whoever ruled the
Wasn't
Roman
it
times.
Caesar? Wait.
Like Augustus wanted
the Julian.
extra. Yeah, the Romans. He didn't like that his month was short, so he added an extra day. Like July is Julius. This could be completely wrong.
Yeah.
Right, and then August, and then isn't that why?
Right?
This is giving the
that sounds
blind
right.
leading the
This-
blind.
This could
That sounds right. That sounds right.
this could be completely wrong, but I'm pretty sure isn't that why July and August both have 31 days, and usually it alternates 30 and 31.
Oh. Well,
This could
February
be
has
completely
28
wrong.
though.
I have no idea what
That sounds right.
February.
So they just stole days
It
from
doesn't sound wrong.
February. Sure,
Yeah.
They're
I
like,
guess.
we'll just take some days from
Put in the meme.
I have no idea if any of this is fact or cap, but we're not an informational podcast, so we don't need to
Yep.
fact check ourselves.
So look this
Don't
up.
take anything that we say as facts, unless we say that it's fact.
Okay.
I just put it out there.
Is that where we're gonna end it?
That's okay.
Zoning out.
Do it.
Jesse had his
Do it.
NPC
Okay.
moment.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
what
just
I
like
was
me
gonna say
for
is,
real,
like,
for real.
If everything's offset by 11 days, then shouldn't
You eventually have to switch it.
Keep moving up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why they move it
Like,
super early. Like I think they offset it every I don't know couple years. That's why it gets like later and later into February, and then all of a sudden it's like late
It
January.
resets back to January again.
Yeah.
How's-
This is also I have no idea. I could be speaking out of my butt. Yeah.
It's always in the
I
winter
mean,
months,
I don't
right?
have
It's
access
never
to the
like in the
laptop.
summer or fall, right? All right,
No,
yeah,
no,
we'll
No.
look it
gets
up
pushed out.
and then we'll bring you some actual real information on the next podcast
Tomorrow on the
tomorrow.
podcast, yeah.
So we'll do our research. Actually,
Which
let's just
next week
ask
for them.
ChatGPT. I'm gonna ask.
Wait, would ChatGPT give you a real
live-
answer though?
on this? Yeah, I'll say.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
ChatGPT should be
How is
GPT it
Lunar New Year calculated
always. Oh.
/ decided each year? How is the Lunar New Year
wow.
date?
I got
It got brighter.
Okay, let's see. Live.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got super backlit.
Yeah.
'Cause- oh well, that's okay.
Oh wow, I'm getting.
Dude, my
I'm
Zoom
getting
looks
a
really
very
good, but
long
my
answer.
iPhone's
My
Just
Zoom
say
doesn't
shorten
look good,
the
but
answer
my iPhone
above.
looks really good.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it switched on me. My Zoom's looking crispy.
Shorten the answer above. Okay, the Lunar New Year, also known as the Chinese New Year or Spring Festival, is determined by the lunar calendar, which is based off cycles of the moon. The exact date of the Lunar New Year changes every year. It's typically between January 21st and February 20th.
Yep.
The lunar calendar has 12 months, and a leap month is added approximately every 3 years to keep in
yep.
sync
Oh.
with the solar calendar.
Oh my
So
god.
every
yeah.
3 years, they add an extra month. And that makes sense because it's off by 11 days. So 3 times 11 is about
3 years,
30. So
yeah.
every 3 years, they add that month to offset. Oh, that makes so
That's
much
crazy.
sense.
Imagine having a whole extra month in your year.
Yeah, how do you plan like school
any-
around that? How do you plan like
Wait.
Do they operate off? They don't operate off
any
of the
soc-
lunar
no
calendar.
societies
Oh, does
operate
any
off of the
society
lunars?
operate off the lunar? Yeah, probably not anymore.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's just like a
Even-
holiday, I guess.
Yeah. Which is crazy
The-
that just like the world just decided let's use the Gregorian calendar, even though half of the world
It
was
just makes more
operating
sense
off the
though.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
it doesn't
I
make
guess.
sense because
Oh.
then I think even when you were on the lunar calendar, you must have offset it because then your seasons would start
have to-
drifting
yeah,
into
exactly.
like different
Yeah.
months. So
Yeah,
they
that's
probably
true.
did. They probably did the extra month every 3 years.
They would
like,
have had
pretty
to,
early
yeah.
on. The date isn't determined by an astrological calculation based on the movements of the moon and the sun. It is celebrated for 15 days, culminating in the Lantern Festival on the 15th day of the lunar calendar.
Okay,
Wait,
so that's
what?
when we're gonna be there. Oh wait, should we be
So
there
they-
on all
the Lantern
actual
Festival
Lunar
is
New
on
Year?
the 15th day. I didn't know that. 15th day
Okay,
after
so
New Year,
essentially,
this the
if there's-
Lantern Festival.
If
Do
there's
we-
any Chinese people, when is the most poppin' day to celebrate Lunar
I
New
feel like
Year's? Is it
on the New
on
Year.
It's definitely
the
Lunar
day?
New
Okay.
Year. Yeah, on the
Oh,
New
okay,
Year.
okay.
It's I mean it's a whole week for in China. Everyone gets like
That's
at
true.
least a week off. It's like our winter break
Yeah.
basically.
I think we
Yeah.
should just schedule it when everyone else will also be on break.
It's back home.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, when all of our cousins are back and all of our
Yeah.
aunts and uncles. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that would
Man,
be a
I have
very
something
fun
to look
trip.
forward to again.
Wow, fun. You know what? I think
I have a will to live again.
I have purpose in
I have
life
purpose
once more.
for another year.
Oh,
no, another
man.
half year. Don't get ahead of yourself, Andrew. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Yeah, random
Oh, you have
tangent. I think
purpose
when we
for-
go back. Oh, yeah, go.
I was
This
just saying,
is-
you have purpose for the summer. You have the summer to look forward to.
Oh,
You just-
yeah.
This is true.
Life
This
is all
true.
about just like setting the next thing to look forward to and like keeping optimism and hope alive for that next
Yeah.
event. Yeah.
Real. I just gotta
Okay,
get
I've
through
actually
this
tried
next
to change
week.
my mindset on that one because that's how I viewed life before, and I realized it was
Oh.
kind of depressing when I was in like moments
Mm.
where, yeah, like I want to be just present in moments,
Mm.
And be
and not
happy
just
in
be
that moment.
only
Well,
looking forward to the
I
next.
certainly
event
do
in
not
my
want to
life.
be present for this next week.
Oh,
That's
okay.
for sure.
That's true. I think being in this like school, college system, like high school, everything.
Yeah, you
Like
kind
we
of
were always just looking forward to the next break, like winter
Mhm.
break, summer break. Like we're just always trained to look forward to these breaks. But once you're in the workforce, you don't have those scheduled
Yeah.
breaks anymore. So then you start looking
Exactly.
forward to like vacations and like holidays and stuff like that.
and vacations are
Interesting.
way too far away, so you have to like gear your
Yeah.
mind to be like, okay, I need to enjoy where I'm
Yeah.
at right now.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's a good takeaway. I still am technically a part of school, but I don't really have
Yeah.
summers or breaks anymore. I just
Yeah,
Yeah, you just
do
travel
things
whenever.
when I want to do them.
yeah,
I just I'm
exactly.
living my best life. Yeah.
Hell
It's great.
yeah.
Truly. Good for you.
All right, let's wrap this episode up. This was actually, I think this kind of worked. We'll see how the audio and everything turns out when I end the
We'll see how
video.
the
Yeah.
audio turns out.
But
Yeah, we'll see
yeah,
that.
we'll see. Hopefully it works out because I need to post this on
Yeah.
Tuesday.
I was really scared
I'm
about
off free
Dang.
now.
Okay.
yeah, about us like all just talking over each other because I feel like that's one of the common like pitfalls
Yeah.
of Zoom is like you don't know when the other person's gonna start and stop speaking. But I feel like that
Yep.
wasn't a huge problem.
Yeah, it only happened
I
like
almost
once
feel
or
like
twice.
it worked out better.
Really?
It's
Uh,
like we're waiting now because like before we're more bold
Oh.
about talking over each other because like we can
Mm.
actually hear each other, but now we're like, oh wait, are you talking? Like you should go.
Yeah.
Okay, he's
Wait,
done
this
now.
is
He's done
mostly
now.
a you issue though, Jesse.
Okay, it's a me issue mostly because I have to host
No,
and try to
another
keep
right
the
there.
conversation going.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
Okay. All right,
Okay.
everybody. Thank you all for hopping on this Zoom call with me. It's been a lovely
Of course.
business meeting this morning. Anyways, hopefully we can do this in person again soon. But again, for the time being, all of our episodes are going to be over Zoom. So I hope you guys still enjoy the podcast on this format. I'm your host, Jesse, and checking out with me from this Zoom episode is my sister.
Rachel.
Oh, I love the delay. And my brother.
Andrew.
It's like that first episode when Andrew was the only one virtual, and then me and Rachel were together, and we're
Yeah.
just like waiting
Yeah.
for Andrew's response.
delay.
But I think the rest of the podcast went hopefully pretty well. This was a very interesting episode, as they usually are, but we were kind of all over the place here.
A little bit.
Well, okay, we talked about like 3
that was
main
fun.
topics.
All
Me
right, I
being
got
drugged.
another right error, sir. Yeah.
Anyways, thank you all for tuning in, and we hope to catch you on the next episode of the Rooftop Pod. Peace.
Peace.